Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War World Lore event, week 4, day 4. So today, we got ourselves probably finishing up the event. We should be pretty close if not already there. Let me double check. Yeah, it looks like tomorrow we'll probably have it done, but definitely get our battles in today to add to those points. And go from there, and then we'll claim it on the bounty day tomorrow, because we do have bounty day. One other thing I should probably announce pretty much right at the beginning, for any of you that still want to get it, don't forget the Sycorax is still, or Sycorax is still available in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest. So if you're still looking to get this, you still have several hours left, so definitely make sure to do so if you want to go and pick that up. You have exactly 6 hours and 57 minutes to go and open up some more Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests to try to get it if you still want to try getting your copy. Otherwise, your best bet will be 4,000 diamonds at some point in the future, and it could be like a month or two or even more before it rolls around, so to be wary of that. So today's next few hours are like pretty much the last time to get it in the near future, realistically. It's still technically still going to be in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest even once Friday rolls around. However, you'll have a chance of one out of any mythic in the entire game, and yeah, obviously the chance of specifically getting that one is very slim when trying to do it that way. Anyways, other than that, we also have Warpriest event. Of course, I've been trying to level up Warpriest this week, given that it technically is a Warpriest event week in a way. Has 10% bonus stats, and it has a class event today. Obviously, we'll still be doing the free battles, even though we do need to go and level it. But we'll claim the 60 free XP to 25 gems and get some leveling along the way. I don't know, maybe we'll use the hero class while we're doing these battles. Probably just be quicker to PvP spam them, though. But first, let's start over with the World Lore event, because this will probably be the last of that we wrap up with it this week. Probably have about 6 battles. Still using the same thing. However, I do need to go change my medal setup if we're going to be doing these. So, of course, we're going to be setting 2 different badges that both benefit our amount of damage that we do during these events, the Medals of Song. And do be mindful, any of these Medals of Songs that you have this week will be transformed over to Medals of Seasons into the following week. But yeah, all these songs will become seasons next week, on Monday. So whatever you have will be, you'll be able to use that way. And you'll also be able to upgrade troops with them at that point as well. Actually, can you normally use the songs on one of these? Like one of these? I don't think you can. Oh, you actually can. You can actually use this to upgrade a troop prior to it even being a Seasons. I did not realize that. It doesn't become a Seasons until after the event. However, even during the event, which you would never want to do, but unless you were like completely done with it, I guess. But yeah, you could actually during the event have it count basically as an epic rather than waiting for it to transform into season. I never noticed that. Interesting. You wouldn't want to do that, obviously. But you could. It's an option. Anyways, where were we? Let's go into this World Lore event. Hello, everyone! Hope all of you have been having a wonderful day so far. PlayStation 5 showed off their thing today. Honestly, I didn't care for any of the games they pretty much showed. There are a few that seemed like kind of okay, but nothing that would like make me buy a PlayStation 5 just to have the game. Let's see. What do we take here? We'll grab that for now. Take a red over. And since we already poked the Valraven, we shall kill it all the way. Yeah, hello, Bill Warhammer. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Dinosuit Girl. Hello, Marcelo. How are you doing? Pretty good. Hello, Captain. Hello, Alfie. Hello, Lestat. Hello, Chris Border. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Okay, what do we need here? What do we need? Let's go throw down a Tigraki. Biggest concern here is that it has immune to, or not immune, but it has 75% reduction on spells, so we're going to need to stun that. So there's our stun. If we could just get a one more skull poke, that would probably do it. Actually, do we have enough spell damage now? The answer is no. But there we go. And down it goes. But you got to carry at least one stun. The 75% reduction trip can kind of get in your way otherwise. So here we'll go for 1, 3, 110s. Let's see. What do we grab here? We'll take that for now. And then we can go for Divinish Bala and hopefully land it. Nope. No alignment on that. So we'll go for Tigraki here. We have into Corvash too if we really need it, though I don't think we need to at the moment. Actually, yeah, that's double kill. We should have enough damage at the double kills. And then we just double Tigraki because I'll have full mana on the following turn. We'll be good to go. Bill Warhammer. Yes, we shall archive it with this stream. Let's see. You just have over 2,250 gems. Should you use them to open 50 VIP chests? Generally speaking, it is normally better to actually open 50 bulks of gem keys than it is to do 50 bulks of VIP chests. Pretty much up into the point of maxing every ultra rare in the game. This tends to actually be better, surprisingly. However, if you really wanted to try to get the current mythic, you could, but I would probably hold off, given how many other things require gems, and the fact that if you don't have all the ultra rares maxed yet, it's normally better value just to open some 50 bulks of gem keys instead. Unless you like desperately wanted the current mythic, I wouldn't really go for it. And if you're at the point where you have that many total gems, you might not even necessarily need the mythic compared to other options that exist. So I'd probably hold off overall. I don't think I've opened VIP keys for almost 2 years in this game, actually. They've fallen off a lot in value relative to gem keys, oddly enough. They still have about double the chance of giving a mythic relative to gems spent. But aside from that, its overall value tends to be worse. The only time they're really worth it is if you have every ultra rare in the game maxed. That's about the only point. Because there's a lot of really good ultra rares in the game that you would need copies for to get upgraded. Also, it gives a lot more troops just in general. It gives about 3 times as many troops opening gem keys as it does doing the VIP keys. The VIP keys will give you higher rarity drops, of course. But as far as sheer amount of troops, you get about 3 times as much from gem keys, approximately. Relative to the same amount of gems spent. What do we go for here? Well, I can't cast on that because it's not stunned yet. I can go for Skull because he's stunned. However, that's still not enough damage, surprisingly. We'll go for that. We didn't kill that out. I need stun on that before I could do anything to it. Do that one over there. Oh, did I leave an extra turn there, apparently? Do we have Divine Ishbala? The answer is no. So we'll just take a green to brown, I guess. He'll take a poke on us. We'll go, and I almost just want to throw this down just so I have a follow-up. We'll take that for now, just so we have Corvash, just so we'll get the stun on it as well. And then, oh, I actually did have a skull alignment there. Oh, wow, that hit hard. I'll hit it a couple times here. Yeah, gotta be careful, they really hit hard. Once you get to these later battles, especially since we don't really have like a proper tank going on here. Not sure what I want here. Anyway, we give it a skull, but at least that way it makes it so we get a follow-up skull, so we're good to go. And easily kill it out. So we got 2 epics over here. We'll probably just take this one for now. And if we don't get another Valraven, those are our last 2, those 2 epics. Yep, there's our Valraven. Nice. So hello, Valsman. Hello, Drock Savage. Hello, Raykin. Welcome, everyone. Hope all of you have been well. I'll take that for now. Nice little Corvash, full mana, everything. Obviously, to kill out the Valraven first. Then we'll deal with these 2. Oops, did I leave an extra turn there? Apparently. Then we'll Corvash that, and dead. Okay, we'll take the legendary one now that we got that in there. And we should be able to see another Elmagrim. That'll probably be the last one, unless we get really lucky on Valravens here. So, what do we want here? Let's grab that blue just so we don't give him a brown. Well, he still finds a way to take a brown. It's not an extra turn brown. We'll grab all that blue, which we don't really need at the moment since we already have full mana on the thing. Red actually seems somewhat tempting to try to get these troops up. And I'll definitely get it up now. That thing is stunned, so I actually do want to go and poke it and then Corvash it, or just do that. That works too. Okay, kill that out, kill that out. Corvash is not enough damage. I still feel tempted to go for it, but we'll go for all that mana first. Do we have alignment here? Not really. It might just be easier to get full mana at this point. Oh, well, actually, we do have alignment now. Let's go spam him now that he got stunned, so he doesn't have his reduction anymore. And then we kill that out, and that's match. Easy as that. There we go. Take out the legendary one. And then we'll probably have an Elmagrim. And hey, how perfect will that be? We'll probably finish exactly on an Elmagrim battle with 0 battles left. The final battle. Because that should be the last we need for all the points for the guild. And at that point, there's no point in going any further because we're not going to be making a leaderboard with our current amount of points. I'll go for that first because it normally has stealthy just to get it out of the way. I'm going to go for this next because I don't want to hit this because it has 25% revive and I want to stun it before we go for it. Ideally, I want to leave that there, but he's going to take it next turn. I'm just going to grab that, I guess. Oh, he didn't go for it. Oh, okay. Do we go for it? To skull spam or not to skull spam? Let's hope it stuns him. Good, it does. That makes it so he doesn't get a summon and he doesn't have 25% reduction. So it ends up working out perfectly. Now we just need to go and double Tagaraki him. Actually, Tagaraki him into Corvash, and what we could do here is do that to get rid of its immunity, and then kill it, and then dead. Easy as that. Cool. And then we got Elhamagrim for our final battle. Will we get a Valraven? Probably not. Actually, kind of hope we don't, just so it finishes exactly here. Nope. Fail! Oh well. Perfectly fine getting 2 more battles. Looks like we won't end on an Elhamagrim, though. Let's see. And this Elhamagrim does count as a boss, by the way. I don't think you would ever need to use the boss counter troop against it, because it seems kind of overkill, given how much extra spell reduction or spell damage you have, as well as skull damage. But you are allowed to go use that new troop that came out this week to go and do 5 times damage to it, which is obviously excessive overkill. We're already pretty much one-shotting just with Tagraki, let alone if we had something that did like almost 5 times that much, or at least 3 times as much compared to Tagraki anyways. But definitely a bit overkill, which is why we haven't been running it. Oh, 5 HP, what are you doing? Well, I gotta do that to us. Divine Spot, I'll go kill it. There we go. Easy kill from there. Okay, we'll grab this one. If I keep getting lucky Valravens, maybe we will find another Elhamagrim. I doubt it, though. What do we grab? What do we grab? Let's get Tagraki and everything going. So that one will have full mana. The problem is they're going to have full mana at the exact same time. It's always annoying. Let's take that for now. It doesn't really matter since they'll both have full mana anyways. So right here, I'm going to Corvash just so we can go kill that out. Just so we don't have to deal with the really high spell reduction. Would have taken 2 shots regardless, so that works out. Kill out that dragon. We don't have a summon, right? No. Just a full AoE thing. I keep forgetting because he's not meta. A lot of dragons have fallen off of meta, though, unfortunately. They used to be really, really good. But lately, not so much, unfortunately. Really wish they would. Let's see. Is one of the troops' trait is summoning a storm, and this class trait summons another storm. Which storm will be applied? Depends what order they're in. Traits trigger from top left to bottom right. So if you have a trait and the enemy has a trait that both trigger under the same condition, the enemies will always go first. It goes in order of 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. All traits in the entire game work this way. However, it's only applicable in very specific situations, but though that would be one of them. So if you had 2 on your same team, whichever one is further down is the one that would trigger. So if you had like 1 here and 1 here, the one all the way at the bottom would be the storm that triggers. Similarly, if you had like 1 here, and then 1 there, this trait would be the one that would trigger, assuming it wasn't stunned. But it goes based on whichever one is furthest down, in order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can see it go in that order as well at the beginning of a battle. But all traits work that way. It's very rarely applicable, though. And I would add a Corvash. Okay, final battle, unless we get lucky Valraven. Nope, final battle, and of course that annoying 75% reduction one would be here. I feel like it comes up almost every single battle. At this point, we might as well just skull spam it, though. It's kind of already in a location where we can, so might as well do it. Anything else we kind of need to get things rolling? I can take a skull here, and that will be enough to kill, so we will go for that. Oh, it just got 25% revive. The struggle of not of stunning it. Normally I would stun it, but we didn't that time, and that's why you do. I'll take some brown here, even though he gets yellow out of it. It's not that big a deal. I say that, yet we might actually lose to it if we're not careful. We'll throw down Tagraki onto you. Get a nice little Corvash to poke the 2 of you. Do we just let him take the skull? I think we do, so I can take double brown here next turn without him interfering with it, which gives us double Tagraki. So we'll throw this down, boom. Throw the other one down, boom. And 1 more poke will kill it out. That's the best way of going about this. Probably take Yellow Surge and Divinish Ball it. And that's dead. There we go. Easy as that. And that's all of our points. We got 335. And then tomorrow our guild will carry us the rest of the way. Most likely by the time we do the nightly stream. And then boom, we'll be good to go. Did Halloween actually go for leaderboard? At 7:53. Hey, Halloween. Oh, not quite. You're almost there. So close yet so far. It's like 30 off or something. She's at 7:53 and leaderboard's at 7:82. Ah, she is exactly 30 off. It's quite unfortunate. Hopefully she still has battles left or something. But yeah, she's exactly 30 off from making a leaderboard. Because you have to score 1 more than that. Anyways, there we go. And that is event complete. Or at least it will be tomorrow when we go claim it. As well as with all the Bounty Hunter. We do a Bounty Hunter tomorrow. Same time that the other thing resets in 6 hours and 43 minutes. Got like a billion timers set to that at this point. Speaking of that, let's go and clear out this event. Actually, before we do, let's go do the normal dailies because we got some pretty good ones today. We got ourselves some extra deeds. 4 deeds on 2 different colors. We have it on both blue and brown today. So definitely make sure to go do adventure board, which you should be doing every day, but especially today, as there's a total of 8 deeds across 2 different colors. It's been a while since we've had a double deed day. Unfortunately, no Imperials, but still good nonetheless. And of course, I'm still trying to level up this Warpriest. Should easily be able to get a level, given that we're about to do a Warpriest event as well. So should probably be able to get it to 91 this stream. Maybe we'll push for 92, but definitely get at least 91. Let's see. One of your troops trait. That might already answered that. Will it trigger over class trait as well? Yes, class trait works the same way as any other normal trait would. It still goes in the same order. What tier level at the shop did you buy for this event? Tier 3. Because I had a feeling they would end up nerfing it. And tier 3 ended up giving the best value. Because you can get enough to upgrade the troop to legend from tier 3. And then you could use an orb to get it to mythic, rather than having to buy like another 1,000 gems worth of packs. Before it was originally set up that you would need tier 7. But as I mentioned on Monday, I was just going to go for tier 3 in case they reworked it. And then as I mentioned in the Tuesday video, they did end up reworking it, which I had a feeling they would. I had a strong feeling they wouldn't keep it that way, and luckily they did not. But unfortunately, you can't like refund if you bought to tier 7, so that's why I only did to tier 3 initially. And now that they nerfed it, you really only need to do tier 3, because the math comes out to if you do every single person right now at tier 3, you actually get all rewards with how they reduce the scoring. It's half as much as you needed from Monday. On Monday, it was twice as much as it currently was. And then they halved how much points you needed the very following day. Which honestly, they should have just done in the first place, but kind of weird that they didn't check something like that. I said, hello, Liz! Hello, Curtis! Welcome, welcome. Oh no, did the stream just cut out while I was saying hello? Come back, stream! I need to say my hellos. Hello, Curtis. Hello, Liz. Welcome, welcome. It's been doing that lately here and there. Not sure how long it actually went down on your guys' side, though. Yeah, it keeps trying to do that. Stop it, stream. Not sure why. It has to do with something with playing this game specifically on the same thing that I'm streaming it off of. Because I almost never have that issue when I do Switch games. Let's see, we'll throw that down for now. We'll grab that over. Get our other Rowan, and down it goes. Alright, there's all of our deeds. Nice. Not sure when we're going to finally start using them again. But there we go, a bunch of deeds. Slowly repairing our gems as well. Seen better days. Not to mention we're going to be spending a bunch for a bounty hunter. I don't know, are we even going to spend a bunch for a bounty hunter? I almost feel tempted not to. Start saving some gems and not doing bounty hunter. No, we'll probably still do it. Problem is, bounty hunter is pretty expensive. Even doing the minimum, it's a blue orb and what, 700 something gems? Definitely not the cheapest of events. But you do get a lot of loot out of it. And some major orbs. Which is the main reason why you do it, is for those major orbs and hope you get blue or purple. But anyways, let's clear through these. We'll go hand out a code. And then we'll go and go do the class event. And then level up the actual class that we just did the class event for. Since they're both the same thing this week. Since we're trying to get Warpriest XP, and it's also a Warpriest event week. Actually, that's the reason why I went to go and level up Warpriest. I was originally going to do Oracle and just kind of go in line. But given that Warpriest was already getting an event this week, figured why not? So let me go to my code section. Make sure it's ready to go. I think we gave out this one yesterday, didn't we? I think we might have. I'll double check it once we get to that point. Anyways, grab that down. Unfortunately not enough, but luckily he's stunned, so he's not going to get a random barrier. This battle is probably like one of the worst for delaying time because it keeps getting random barriers off of Storm Shield. One of the most useless mythics in the game too, by the way, oddly enough. It's annoying in that game mode, but outside of it, it pretty much has no purpose. I wish, even if they gave its trait as a 4x barrier to your entire team, I'm not sure if it would be used at that point. Just because its ability is so lackluster. with no board control or anything. It's pretty dated. It was one of the first 20 mythics, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe even the first 15. I forget exactly when it came in. I know it was towards the earlier end of mythics, though. Who knows? Maybe it was even first 10. I know it was pretty early. But yeah, it's pretty bad and dated. XN was the last code. Yep, that's the exact one I highlighted. Okay, that's what I thought. I always check the one prior. So let's give out this one then. One moment, let me just make sure this one works. Let's see. Where'd it go? Where's the code section? Put that in. Boom, boom. It does indeed work. Here you guys go. Here's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Just type that in. Go to that link. Invite code is found underneath your settings menu, whatever your game says in the bottom left corner right over there. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste around the numbers and letters starting with CL. And give the same reward as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And there you guys go. It only works on PC mobile version, of course, as always. There you guys go. Hey, it starts with cluck. Like a little bird noise. It's funny. Anyways, let's go do Warpriest. So for this, we are restricted to humans from Leona's Empire. I mentioned on Monday there was basically 2 ways to go about it. Or I should say Tuesday, when the event video was actually posted. But there's basically 2 ways to go about it. Kind of the same way that you did for the other event, and spam a bunch of Corvash, Divine Shpala, stuff like that. However, the other alternative, or even, I think for the video I even mentioned Mountain Crusher triple Corvash. However, if you do own a Dawnbringer, one thing that you can run for this, which is what we're going to be doing right here, is Dawnbringer into triple Falconer. And this gives you extra red mana whenever you take a red. And yeah, this could be focusing red, yellow, or something. Let's see, what's the minus color for that? Brown, perfect. So we'll go +2 red, +1 yellow, -1 brown. And we'll set our class to, it has to be a half mana start class. Otherwise, we're going to go quite a bit slower. I don't know, it doesn't have to. You know what, we're going to use Warpriest. It's slightly slower, but hey, we get some XP for it. However, I definitely do want to switch my banner then, or medals, I mean. We're going to want to go to that, and we're going to want to go to magic. So we'll set all that, and then boom, there we go. Okay, anything else we need? It should be it. And we'll get our 20 gems for free soon from our daily thingy. And I believe we're good to go. Let's go clear this out. This will definitely give us level 90 for the class, for sure. Where's all of our mana at? Come on. Send my hero class to something that gets slower mana. Don't jinx us by giving us even worse mana on the board. Well, at least now we get 2 XP per battle as well. For even more XP towards it. And over the course of 20 battles, that'd be 40 XP total. For something that we'd already be doing, though it goes ever so slightly slower with the mana start we're doing now. But shouldn't be too big a deal, as long as we don't lose a Valraven from it. In which case that'd be very bad. And wouldn't have been worth using the hero class. But pretty sure we'll be able to keep the Valraven in play. Should be able to. Especially since we can one-shot it up to, I believe, tier 3? I forget if tier 3 can actually still be one-shotted or not with how much magic is currently in the game. I think it depends on what kind of battles you're up against. They do have 10% extra stats this week, so maybe that will help it to actually kill. I forget if Dervish actually gives bonus 5 magic to this weapon, though. I think it might do it to Brown. Actually, completely forget. No, Dervish is yellow, right? Pretty sure Dervish is yellow magic. I need to go double check. Not like it really matters much, since we'd be using it anyways. But, I do actually want to check real quick. Where is blue? Or anything that we need. Let's try doing that. And then we can get a nice Dawnbringer, and he's dead. Let's go double check real quick. I actually completely forget what Warpriest magic is. Warpriest gives the magic to the stat of purple or blue. Okay, good. It's a blue-yellow with blue giving the extra magic. And of course, Dawnbringer is indeed a blue weapon. So that works out perfectly. Okay, what do we need here? We'll grab that. Get ourselves a red over there. Get a good Dawnbringer down. If it'll let me. Okay, on to cycle 2. And then 2 more. Okay, what do we need? Grab red right over there so we get the blue as well for full mana, and instead immediately. Also nice has that one trait where it does damage to itself. Exchanges HP to magic, which is actually a really good ability. Like, if you could put that on anything, that would actually be a pretty good ability. However, some of the things that have it gain such a bad benefit. Or, you know, they're basically just doing damage to themselves. I'll take the blue for now, and then go for the yellow into red, and that should be definitely full mana. And he's dead. Red to dead. And we get an arcane out of it. Not like we need it. We are perfectly fine on arcanes. I'm pretty sure we're past like base 500 or something. There's some kind of absurd amount of arcanes that we're never going to use unless they add some kind of arcane sync to the game. They made mention in the past that they were considering eventually adding an arcane sync, or, you know, a trade zone sync in general, into the game. However, they have yet to do so. So I'm not sure when they're finally going to get around to that. Who knows? Maybe 5.0 has it. No, just kidding. It doesn't. I wish it did, though. Though you never know. Let's see. I'll move that over. Oh, also, hopefully we'll have spoilers this Saturday for next patch. Haven't really been able to say much about it. But, hopefully we'll have some public information soon so I can actually say something. And Salty didn't even do a stream this week, so she didn't even leak any herself, so don't even have any of that to mention either. We'll take a red to yellow for now. That should be full mana, and it is. Ooh, not enough damage, though. Well, mostly because he has 20% extra stats, which is preventing us from one-shotting it. For the obvious reason. What do I want here? All of it looks bad. We'll stick that. Feed it red. Actually, no, I won't. I'll do that. Hey, random skull. I'll take it. Perfectly fine. Okay, 2 sets down, though apparently we will never be able to one-shot the Corvash due to 20% stats. Even on tier 2, we don't even have enough damage. Surprisingly. So I'll take all that red right there. He'll take a skull on us, so I'll give us mana. I'll take a yellow. Just make sure Valraven doesn't go crazy. I like it can, it's actually blocked. Ooh, 1 HP, what are you doing? That's not nice. Unfortunately, that almost completely misses. Though his summon almost doesn't even matter since we're going to have enough damage to kill him and the summon simultaneously. So it's not really even going to be getting in the way at all. Which is perfectly fine. What do we grab here? We'll take purple for now. Let him do whatever. Take like a red over here or something. And then let's get a nice Dawnbringer down. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. We'll make sure to do so. As we do every night. And of course tomorrow we'll be going over Bounty Hunter. I'll be doing that in the morning, afternoon, sometime around there. Might be a little bit closer to noon. I try sleeping in a bit. I'll take that over for now. Get a nice Dawnbringer there. And he's dead. Feels like we're getting more Valravens than normal. I'm pretty sure it's still the same amount as always. I'm just so used to seeing Valravens today between the 2 events. And luckily, that falls right into a skull that we just immediately take so we don't have to hunt for mana. Perfect. We're definitely going to need a skull. So much so on this next battle, not this one, but the one after this. I think I'm just going to immediately take a skull if I see a skull on board. Just because we're going to need it for sure to knock Corvash into kill range. Oh, we're actually going to need double cast here. I mean, we'll need double cast for the other battle too. The Knights do have a lot more tankiness, plus they keep getting the human bonus, which is making them even tankier than normal. I keep trying to use that on a troop. I keep forgetting it's just a Hunter's Mark thing. So you don't have to target on your ally, you target on the enemy. What do we go for here? Oh, it looks bad. Well, I guess we'll take yellow. It's not full mana, but luckily that is. And even if it got that buff, that should have still been enough damage to kill it out. Hey, another arcane. Nice. And I believe the arcanes here are random. Pretty sure they're completely random. That or they're based on where the kingdom resides. Like this one's a Leon, this Empire one. I'm pretty sure they're just random. Oh yeah, we are at the point where we need a double hit on this, regardless. Let's take double red. Luckily we can get off easily off a Falconer and just kill it out. Easy as that. Of course the other method is to kind of Corvash spam this game mode. Is your next best bet. Oh yeah, we are on normal Valraven pace. We just need one more, which we have a guaranteed chance of finding. As long as we don't lose it, we should be fine. Because I highly doubt we're actually going to lose one of these battles. But the bigger concern is losing the Valraven. What could we take here? We'll take the blue for now. Oh, wait, why did I not take red? Luckily, it's still there. And he's dead. The red to dead combo. That's because we have such a red gain right now. We have, +5 red gain right now. Theoretically, we could have +6 if we did hero class into it. I don't think this hero class can give a red, though. But I just meant in general, if we had a hero class set to it. You made top 10% on leaderboard? Nice. But you were 6 points short of top 100. Ooh. And that was with the tier 4 too. Yeah, that can happen a lot during class events. It's one of the reasons why I generally do not advise doing class events. The numbers on it are really, really tight. And relative to how much you spend on it, you're not really getting that much value out of it back. It's probably one of the worst events to actually spend gems on. The only time you really do it, for the most part, is if you're looking to power level hero class. In any other situation, you normally don't touch it. It's because it's pretty bad value. You'll even notice that I haven't even touched it for almost like a year now. You'll always see me just running the free battles if I even run it at all. And that's mostly because its value is super bad, even all the way in endgame like now, when we actually need EXP for this hero class. It's such a bad exchange that's normally just not worth going for it, even this late in the game with so many resources. The only exception to that was when new hero classes came into the game, just because they were so new and they sometimes would have good features and stuff that you'd want to use for the next Guild War. But we don't get any more new hero classes in the current state of the game, so we don't even need to worry about that anymore. So overall, I'd probably just say ignore every class event for the rest of forever. At least as far as spending gems on it, because they're normally the worst value to go for, unless you're like really trying to get a Zugoff and you're just ever so slightly short and you just need the few spirit orbs or something. One of the only few times you really go for it. That if you just really wanted to power level hero class. Like, let's say you found out that Frost Mage is good and you want to go get it max before next Guild War or something when Frost Mage is available. Like, something like that could be maybe okay, worth throwing a lot of gems at. But more often than not, you don't tend to do it. Actually, Frost Mage doesn't even need level 100, does it? I think it mostly caps out at 70. Because I think it does get an elemental bonus thing at 100. But it very rarely uses it. It depends on the team composition. What do we grab here? I'll take a skull just so he doesn't get an armor gain. Bigger concern here, though, is the Valraven. Luckily, there's almost no yellow on the board. And he's dead. Oh, never mind. Losing that Valraven wouldn't have mattered, right? Duh, we already did all of our battles. Losing that Valraven would have meant nothing. Oh, there we go. Level 90 Warpriest, 25 gems, 10,000 gold, and Warpriest. Oh, yeah, it's only 50? I thought it was 60. My bad. Yeah, it is only 50 because it's 15, 15, 10, 10. My bad, I always thought it was 60. It's only 50. Still, enough to gain a level nonetheless. And there we go. Nice. So that's all of our dailies out of the way, other than delves, which I don't really bother with since we just have an excess of shards. Even right now, I think we have like 15,000. 13,000, a little bit less, but still a decent surplus. So, next order of business. Let's go and go level up Warpriest. Obviously, we just did the event. However, let's go back to armor. And go try getting another level on this thing. And go to that into PvP over here. And we'll just keep repick spamming until we find our easy battles. And keep getting this up. We'll go to about 71 or 72. I think we'll go for 72, actually. Especially with that 50 XP gain. I'm pretty sure we're relatively close to getting another level anyways. If I go check it, we might already be halfway to 91. So we'll go to 92. And hopefully get it maxed by the end of this weekend. And then, boom, we'll be good to go. And then by next weekend, we will have every hero class in the game maxed. That is the goal. Next weekend is Vault Event weekend. Not this weekend, but next week will be Vault Event weekend. This weekend is Bounty Hunter weekend. But I do want to next weekend, next week's weekend, to during the Vault Event, to max out every last hero class in the game, so that we can have it done prior to version 5.0, which will be one of the bigger meta shifts in the game that we've had for quite a while now. A lot of teams that are still applicable now will still be applicable after the meta shift, though. And I do want to go cover a video on that as well before that comes out. Actually, I'll probably want to cover two. One for 2019 and one for 2020. Or at least 2020 up to this point, since it's only halfway through. Which reminds me, I still didn't post that other video. I need to go do that. I've had it recorded since like Tuesday and I still haven't posted it. I actually had it recorded before the event video. Yeah, I still haven't posted. I need to go do that because I keep forgetting. I forgot to post it yesterday. I deliberately didn't post it on Tuesday because I wanted to make sure that the event video was the only one up. And then on Wednesday I forgot, and then today I forgot, so I need to go do that. It's literally recorded and everything. I just need to make a thumbnail for it and do the tags and all that normal behind the scenes stuff. Doesn't take too long on it. You're really surprised how many gems, top 10 in leaderboard, are spending in Delve event. Yeah, some people spend way, way too much on some events. However, one of the reasons why some of them do keep going further is not just to make leaderboard, but you have to keep in mind, if you buy a certain amount of packs, like if you're going to throw like down a really high amount of gems in order to try to get a power orb, or just in general, just to get like a double major or something, you do have to keep in mind, you'll have so many stats that you can basically just one-shot them. So one of the reasons it seems like they might be getting a lot of battles done is because they have so much stats from buying so many potions that they're just using a full AoE and one-shotting every single battle very quickly. Whenever a Delve has that as an option, it tends to go pretty high in scoring, just because you instantly just wipe it out with one hit and rinse repeat. Yeah, we'll have the best troops of 2019 and 2020 videos simultaneously. We'll probably do 10 for both. Once I get one recorded, I'll go get the other one recorded. Maybe I'll do that this weekend, actually. We'll see. 5.0 is still like a good week or two away, if not longer. But better to get it done earlier than later. Plus Bounty Hunter, we don't really need to cover anything for. It's not like I'm covering a video for Bounty Hunter. We'll cover it during the stream. But the reason I generally don't cover videos for Bounty Hunter is because all I'd have to do is just say, hey, here's the team to use. There you go. That's the video. Like, it's literally one team. It's not much to go over, given that most Bounty Hunters are almost identical to each other, except for one troop difference. Of course, we stream it every single time, but not much of a point covering a video for one team. We'll have it pinned to the stream, but we don't need a side video for it. I think it would be interesting to see both of them back to back, the 2019 to 2020 comparison. Going over all the ones that were usable as of 2019 things, and then another one going over everything that was usable as of 2020 things. It'll work out pretty well. And what I mean by that is teams that became capable of being used due to one new troop that came out during that time, or multiple new ones. For example, some things we got last year were Iron Guts, Mirage Queen, Truffle. These kind of things are all teams that ended up using these newer types of troops. Even Leprechaun I'd probably consider under that category. And as far as this year, I'd probably consider all of the metal stuff underneath that category too. So things that became viable as of metals, like Phoenicia, like Rowan, even more so than normal, and stuff like that. As far as new troops that we got this year, I'm trying to think of which ones really left a big impact. We got Beatrix, that kind of shifted things slightly. Sycorax, Mistralis. What else came out this year that was like really meta shifting? Oh, that one summer troop that made Yagoi Queen Titania even stronger than normal. Because it gave a Storm on top of its already good combo. For free. Trying to think of what else. There wasn't too many. I feel like we only got a handful of really good options so far this year. Oh, we also got hero classes, though Monk was the only particularly decent one. But it was actually a lot less meta than I thought it would be. It feels almost like a Sentinel hero class as far as how used it is, which is pretty much barely ever. It is so situational where you'd actually use Monk. And I think the biggest reason for that is it doesn't have half mana start. If it did, I feel like it would be used way more. But its lack of half mana start is really a hindrance. Because even though it can gain 3 mana every extra turn, the amount of impact that you get just from having half of that initially is so much better in most situations than having the 3 every single time. Because once you get mana going, you normally have a surplus of mana anyways. And having an ability that gives you even more surplus doesn't really help much, especially since you tend to use your hero further up in your line anyways. Like sometimes even as your first slot. So giving extra mana isn't necessarily the best of things to be doing, compared to things that can give everything else in your team better mana. And theoretically, starting with half mana makes it so everything on your team will easily gain mana. So you're not blocking them as much from the start of battle. Which overall ends up helping way more in most situations. Yeah, we didn't really get any good hero classes in 2020, did we? Like, Monk was the closest one. And obviously we stopped getting them after like a few months anyways. Yeah, out of all of them that came in, Monk was the only like semi-viable one. I don't know, maybe we'll show a team with Monk. I don't feel like he's really in the meta though. Like, when's the last time you've seen a Monk team on Defend? I can't recall it ever, to be honest. Like, a Monk ever being used on Defend. Though that could also be because a lot of people haven't upgraded it. Monk is still only a few months old. So a lot of people might not have maxed it yet compared to Titan and other stuff. So that might be one of the other reasons why it's not used as much. But also because it's weaker. It's one of the reasons why what's-his-name isn't used as much as well, I feel. What's it called? The one from Bright Forest. The, wow, why can I not remember its name? The, where'd it go? The Hierophant. The Hierophant hero class, I feel like, is used a lot less. Not because it's not a good hero class, but because a lot of people don't have it upgraded, so they don't get to use it. Also because Sunspear is normally superior to it. But there are situations where the Hierophant is actually the best triple damage skull spammer in the game. Mostly because it has a cleanse attached to it, which is really, really good if you're not already running Beatrix in your team. And generally, if you're running a triple damage burning team, you are not running Beatrix in your team. So it ends up working out really well. But yeah, overall, I'd probably say Beatrix is probably the best thing we've gotten this year. So far in 2020. As far as overall strength. Yeah, Monk's a really good hero class. It's like the Titan-like hero classes. The main benefit it has is its additional mana gain. It's a lot better going into the late game into a battle compared to some of the other Titan-like hero classes. And the other big benefit it has is it has the highest amount of immunities of any hero class in the game, while also having cleanse on extra turn, which is a really interesting combo that is situationally good. It is the most anti-stats effect hero class in the game. Which if you're up against like a heavy Frost Mage team or some kind of other thing that has like Death Mark spam or something, could end up being decent. The only problem is it's very rare that the enemy team has so many stats effects that it would gain a benefit compared to just using a Titan or something similar. Because most of the immunities that Titan, Sentinel, and all those have, they pretty much cover all your main bases, particularly the stun immunity. Oh, there we go, there's level 91. Yeah, we'll go try getting another level, might as well. Shouldn't take that long to go get level 92. Might as well. We need, what, 45 battles for it? Yeah, about 45 at this point. Which, given the rate that we get them down at, that shouldn't take too long at all. Get a little over 20 minutes. I don't know. I personally feel like Beatrix is worse than Truffle. But its final trait is one of the best in the entire game. Like, if you're trying to infinitely loop, I feel like you want to go Truffle. But if you're looking to win, you go Beatrix. Not that Truffle can't win, but in the sense that it has a really wide range of counter. Since you get to counter freeze, you get to counter Death Mark, you get to counter stun, assuming she's not the one that gets stunned. Pretty much any annoying stats effect in the game, you can just get rid of with a single extra turn, which is very powerful, especially on a team that you're already spamming extra turns on. She's really good in all the infinite loop teams where you need to make sure you have protection against anti-infinite loop effects. Yeah, Beatrix is exceptionally good in Guild Wars. It's the main area you would use it. Truffle, I feel like, is more so for Delves and for Tower of Doom and maybe even for PvP, depending on what you're doing. But Beatrix is definitely the Guild War option. Very rarely would you use Truffle offensively in Guild Wars. Defensively, yes. Offensively, not so much. But Beatrix is insanely good for green and blue Guild War days. Particularly green. I feel like green has even more loop compared to blue. Though both do have a lot of loop in them. You just put a single Beatrix down and you basically don't need to worry about freeze. Unless they have stun and freeze. But it's actually really rare to see. Very rarely will you see like Frost Mage with Obsidious. It still happens, depending on what the team composition is, but it's not exceptionally common. That's like one of the only few things it gets hard counter by, though. Got to be really careful with Obsidius. You pretty much don't even run Beatrix if you see an Obsidius, just because it's going to be disabled before you can do anything out of the extra turn value. It's one of those situations where Voice of Warpriest actually isn't that bad. 4 times stun and 4 times silence are the 2 instances where Voice of Orpheus is actually better than other cleansers. However, those are like literally the only 2 instances, and normally you don't bother with it. But even 4 times silence, Beatrix can technically deal with as well. It can't deal with 4 times stun, but it can deal with 4 times silence. Whereas other cleansers that have it on cast can deal with 4 times stun, but they can't deal with 4 times silence, like Mercy, for example. However, Voice of Orpheus has that really unique instance where it can do both. It's actually the only troop in the game that has that range, though it's very rarely needed. And if you do, it's probably only in Guild Wars and never in any other situation. Guild Wars is really big on stats effect countering. It's one of the reasons why troops like that are a lot better, at least in that location. Because most other areas in the game don't really have as much stats effects, at least relative to how much Guild War has. Like Guild Wars, you're going to be dealing with like 1 billion entangles, death marks, freezes, and stuns. Like every really good stats effect in the game. Well, technically death mark isn't really good, but the reason you see a lot of death mark is because of life and death, which pretty much gets 2 free death marks. Like that ability, the weapon could not have 2 death marks and it would still be, you know, like a really good weapon. It pretty much gets them for free. Which is why it's one of the only few death mark options even used in the entire game. Just because it's used for what everything else the weapon does, the death marks are just free on top of it. What would you do if you face a Beatrix team in Brown Day? You only have Daughter of Ice. Wait, what do you mean? Facing a Beatrix? As in, you're up against it? You would probably just stun it then with Obsidius. Oh, actually, Mobarashi just mentioned that. But yeah, if you have Obsidius, you could do that. If you don't have that, you can use Corvash. And alternatively, you can also use Basilisk. Either of those 3 would work. Basilisk, Corvash, and Obsidius all have stun. And Basilisk was just available last week. Corvash is still available right now in Event Key Drop Table and will be until Monday Reset. So if you haven't picked up a Corvash, you can get it right now in Event Key Drop Table. And Obsidius is a little bit harder to get, but he does have 4 times stun if you ever get your hands on him. I feel like I very rarely use Obsidius, but he's a good utility to have that you mostly only use in Guild War. He's very situational, but he does hard counter a few things, and Beatrix is one of them. Honestly, I might need to make like an entire video eventually on like utility troops. There's a lot of really weird ones that are used to counter barely anything. However, they're things that you might actually want to counter. Like Obsidius you're almost never going to use. But if you say Obsidius can counter Beatrix, like he goes up in value quite a bit. It's hard to counter several things, but there's quite a few troops that are like almost never used. But they're really good utilities for covering like a really small amount of the meta. And while I say meta will shift a lot next version, it won't actually shift that much overall. It's hard to explain, and I can't really try explaining it right now, otherwise it will give away what it is. But the meta will both be changing and not changing next patch. Like, you can still get away with almost everything you use now, with a few exceptions that I'll be able to say in a few weeks from now. Yeah, doomed weapons are really popular right now. These 6 really good doom weapons that create doom skulls. They can be hard to deal with sometimes, just because they have really big AoE damage while also having really big skull spam and really high mana accumulation if they actually trigger. So you basically have to deal with 3 things simultaneously. Really good skull spam, or 4 almost. You have to deal with very good skull spam, very good mana accumulation, very good full AoE, and very good board control. Though you can somewhat counter it since it only covers 1 color. But yeah, it can be annoying to deal with. Some of the easier ways is with mana drain. You don't normally counter it with entangle, just because it gets so much other value out of the ability that it's almost pointless to entangle it. Attack steal is okay if you're doing like Wild Queen kind of thing. Though I don't feel like going all the way and committing to entangle is worth it though. Spill the beans, I can remove this stream after. No, I'm not gonna say what's in next patch. You'll find out soon enough. Also, there aren't too many preview images that they could give that wouldn't spoil the entire thing. So the second we finally get a spoiler image, it'll almost spoil everything that's coming next patch. Ugh. Because there's only about 3 images they can do, almost all of which would tell you a lot. I'm curious which one they actually will show first. The Doom Book Wild Queen Beatrix version? Wait, Doom Book. Which one are you referring to by Doom Book? Oh, that one's Skull Spam weapon. I haven't seen that exactly. I've seen Wild Queen Beatrix. I've never seen it specifically with that Skull Spam thing, though I have seen some teams that are like that, though, using the books. They never seemed as strong, though, but they definitely have an impact if they can land. The biggest issue with them is their normal Skull Spam and not Doom Skull Spam. So you don't get board clear attached with it. And you can also entangle them to not be as threatening. You generally don't waste your time entangling Doom Skulls, but entangling that book would get you a lot of value. Assuming their first slot can be entangled. And that'll also make it so Wild Queen's attack can't be gained. Because you can't gain attack while you're entangled. You also can't lose attack while you're entangled. What is a good soul farming team these days? Dragon Soul into a bunch of Necromancy troops, or Ferris Raz, with an Umber Wolf all the way in last slot, or Hero with Purple Storm all the way in last slot. And the other one is Phylacracy with Sacrificial Priest, with a bunch of other things that give you mana or mana accumulation, or souls or mana accumulation. And basically you do this on Explore 1 and try one-shotting. The Dragon Soul team you run on Explore 2. But the Sacrificial Priest team with Phylacracy plus Sacrificial Priest, you run on Explore 1. It does require you to have enough damage to be able to one-shot Explore 1, though. It cannot be done if you don't have enough damage. Whereas the Dragon Soul one, if you simply own a Dragon Soul, you'll be able to do it. However, the Sacrificial Priest one does require a certain amount of stats. And if you don't have those stats, you can't run it. Otherwise, the speed at which you do it, you'd get better value just from doing the Dragon Soul one. Let's see. I'll go throw this one down. Yeah, maybe we'll cover soul farming video soon too. The meta isn't. I don't think it's shifting next patch for soul farming. But I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't think it will change. Soul farming generally doesn't change much. The only time it even changed was when medals came into the game, which made the Dragon Soul one not as good as the Sacrificial Priest one. But other than that, it hasn't changed for like 3 years. If you don't count like the new one that came in like when medals came out. Aside from that, it pretty much hasn't changed for 3 years. Pretty much since Dragon Soul has existed. Valkyrie Triple Farish Raw. That's still decent right now. But yeah, that was actually meta. More meta at one point, wasn't it? That wouldn't be bad to use in the current state of the game. I forget what rate that gets relative to everything else, though. But it's still pretty good. Anything over 40,000 souls per hour, and you're probably doing a perfectly fine soul farming method. Because anything you can get about that much, that's about how much you would be getting. Because they can go up to about 50,000 or so, I believe, these days. It depends what your bonuses are, of course, as far as where it exactly falls. But as long as you're getting upwards of 40,000 souls per hour, you're doing soul farming correct. Yeah, phylactery. I keep saying it incorrectly. It's called phylactery. I am aware of that. I just always say it wrong. Because I look at it and it's like, oh, phylactery. But no, it's phylactery. I am aware. I just always forget. Kind of like how I always say Divine Ishbala, where it's actually Divine Ishbala? Actually, what is Divine Ishbala's actual pronunciation? I know I say it incorrectly. I say a lot of things incorrectly, though. Nothing new. Let's see, I'll go for that one. Speaking of Divine Ishbala. So what's with these really high scores? We just got 15,000s all of a sudden. Straight 15,000s. The way I pronounce it with double L rather than double A. Is it right? I don't know. Someone said at one point I was saying it wrong. Because I believe it's Divine Ishbala, whereas I normally say Divine Ishbala, where I basically have an L for both things, rather than just one. But sometimes I say it more correct as Divine Ishbala. Oh yeah, it could also be silent too, the second A. Yeah, I don't know. I say Divine Ishbala. It's close enough. People know who I'm talking about. Plus it's closer to how it's spelled as well. I should have taken it. I saw that. I just assumed it would be exploded, but apparently not. Oh, there we go. Level 92. We are done. Well, not done. We still need another 8 levels on this thing. Well, we'll keep pinching it up this weekend. And hopefully we'll have it at 100. And yeah, we're getting pretty close on classes. What do we still have left? So we still have Dailies at 90. However, I'm going to probably get that passively up automatically. We still do need to get that up, but that's not the main priority. So we got Oracle. That's 1. So I'm not even going to count the Dailies yet. Slayer is 2. Oh. Wait, is that it? So we got Warpriest, which we'll have hopefully upgraded by the end of this weekend. Have it maxed. So Slayer, as far as ones that are like way down. Oracle. Oh, we only have 4 hero classes left. We're so close. I didn't realize that. Oh yeah, we're getting really, really close. But yeah, we'll have Warpriest this weekend. Dailies, we'll have soonish. We can run that with what's his name as well, Phoenicia. And Quick Kill Phoenicia. And then the other 2. Slayer and Oracle. Which will probably be the main 2 we'll work on the weekend of next weekend. The main two we want to make sure we go and max out. But yeah, we are very, very, very close, to say the least. We could do like Slayer on, actually that'll probably be the game plan. Finish out Slayer on Friday, next week's Friday. Oracle on next week's Saturday. And then somehow we don't have Dailies maxed by then. Dailies on Sunday. And then boom, we have then maxed every single hero class in the game. And we'll have this one maxed by the end of this weekend. We'll get a little bit more XP towards all three of them throughout the week, next week. And then by the Vault event weekend, next week's weekend, we'll have all the maxed. Very cool. Sounds like a game plan. Very nice. We have a goal now. Too bad we can't use hero during Bounty Hunter. We theoretically could, but it'd be slower. I don't think it would be worth it. Though you do gain 2 XP per battle if you do use it for it. But we likely will not be. Let's see. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions before we head out? Let me know, let me know. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow, probably around noon or so, which is in about 15 hours from now. Might be up a little bit earlier than that, but we'll do Bounty Hunter. Take us a few hours, get all that done, and hopefully get some good loot from it. And then we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, here on the YouTube channel as always, and we'll do some more Warpriest leveling, and actually we won't have anything else to do. Warpriest leveling and dailies, and we'll go claim the bounty, or not the Bounty Hunter orb, but we'll claim the what's it called? The World Lore event orb, and hopefully get a nice shiny blue out of it. Suppose the little unbearably cute title. So is the other token, though. I don't think that actually forms anything. Well, if nothing else, it's more seasons that we can eventually upgrade into our troops eventually. Yes, I will go post the video or start uploading it probably as soon as I finish up. Go grab a bite to eat and definitely have it up before I go to bed. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for stopping by. Catch you guys soon. And yeah, have a wonderful weekend. And thank you all for watching as always. Goodbye, everyone. And we'll be back for Bounty Hunter very, very soon. Best of luck. And also, don't forget, if you still want to go get the Mythic, last day to go do so. You got like 6 hours left. If you want to open up, or sorry, where's the timer? Yep, 6 hours left. 5 hours and 55 minutes. Go, go, go. If you want to go open Glory Gem Guild or VIP chest to still get Sakurax. He's still available for, I don't know why they don't have a timer, but he's available for 6 more hours. So definitely make sure to pick that up if you're still interested and have some keys laying around.